I begin my books the same way that every other writer begins for the most part, and also the way young people begin. You know, when students are assigned a paper, I begin by reading all the secondary sources I can. I take notes. I take stacks of notes. I print out my notes on index cards. That's sort of a little old-fashioned, but I still think it works really, really well. And I am looking for information, as I said, not just the facts, but I'm looking for those details that are going to breathe life into the story. After I locate the standard works on the subject, I branch out and I begin looking for primary sources. I look for newspapers, magazines, photographs, letters, diaries. Most of all, I like looking for people to interview. And as my kids will tell you, I can find you anywhere. And so I begin, and that's when the internet also becomes important. Not only do I find names in published sources, but also on the internet I have been able to track down some people. For Hitler Youth, I tracked down former Hitler Youth members who are now men and women in their 70s and 80s. I found them in Germany and in Austria and in Great Britain, and even here in the States. So that's really the research process. Many of the Hitler Youth members, former Hitler Youth members, agreed to talk to me. They invited me into their homes. We spoke over the telephone. We exchanged emails and letters. Some did not agree to talk to me. And that silence is always a question. It's a really interesting question, you know, one that readers often ask themselves, why did these people refuse to talk? Now, I also thought it would be unfair to tell the story of the Hitler Youth without also seeking out Jews who were children and teenagers during the years of the Third Reich. And so I searched them out, and I found them in Germany and Austria and England and here in the States. Understandably, they were cautious when I told them the subject of my research, but not one refused to talk to me. For as we know, stories are a way of making meaning out of chaos, and it's a way, stories teach us, they warn us, they tell us never to forget, and so their stories as well became a very important part of Hitler Youth.